Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your October 2015 Alchemy Scope. I'm Erin from the Alchemy of Holism. Thanks for joining The Alchemist Awakens. Do you know that you're awakening? You are. So let's get started. If you've tuned in before, you know that this is a six-pointed Alchemy Scope. It's meant to be a holistic reading that brings forward the archetypes, the symbols, and the stories that are imbuing the natural cycles that are unfolding. So these alchemy scopes typically run from new moon to new moon, but the last couple months I've been a little late with some of the scopes. So all I can do is apologize, but these are free readings and hopefully they'll bring you the breadth of information that is going to optimally serve you. They're meant to bring forward information to provide you the pieces so that you can harness the information, the energies that are playing out. So let's get started. So collectively, what we look at first is that on the collective level for all of us, what's happening. Now, I always look at the degree point of the new moon that starts our monthly cycle, new moon to new moon. And on the new moon that we just had, it occurred at 20 degrees Virgo. And the Sabian symbol that was imbuing that degree point was and is the story for this month, a girls' basketball team. Now, symbols are not literal. Symbols speak to a theme, a story, the flavor of whatever it is. And in this case, we're looking at the theme for the month, or an energetic flow, a storyline. When we look at a girls' basketball team, the story is about girls or women getting together collectively in cooperation with each other, with many, to look at a goal, to form a team, and to, with optimism and with energy, play the game. And of course, life is the game. Life is the big game. So an energetic storyline could be women collectively gathering at this time frame. And indeed, this is a very rich month. There's a lot going on energetically, and some of the other scopes I've started to go into that. So if you have a moon or an ascendant or your north node in another sign, there's more information there. Much is happening, and there'll probably be another video that I'll put out before this next full moon, supermoon, total lunar eclipse, which is symbolic on many levels. There's lots going on, not only with this cosmological event, but it's coordinated with and synchronistic to a greater energetic shift that we're all moving through, okay? So again, more information on some of the other scopes on that. Okay, so let's start. So Sabian symbol is the girls' basketball team. So something with the feminine coordinating together, moving forward as a team. Interesting. So let's take a look, Sag, at your I-Ching hexagram, which I pull to look at the Sagittarian-centric microcycle, the energetic theme for you. And this month, you received number 62, attention to detail. And again, I'm reading this from the Visionary I-Ching, a reminder that the I-Ching hexagrams are stacks of 6 lines. So each hexagram is a stack. And for this particular hexagram, the 2 stacks, the 2 trigrams that make up the hexagram are thunder above and mountain below. So each hexagram represents an aspect of nature. And those are the 2 aspects compiled to make this hexagram, this meaning. So here it is. Ambitious undertakings are not in order now, but attention to small matters brings progress. Such is the case of a person whose resources are meager, but who through modesty and perseverance rises to accomplish great things. The key to success is to avoid pretentious ambitions and grandiose goals. The power of the small is served by slow and steady advancement, and succeeds through an honest awareness of its own limitations without reservation. Modesty stemming from recognizing your limitations is a fine quality, but it can be seen as weakness if it is not accompanied by conscientiousness and dignity. It is very important, therefore, to understand the demands of your situation and not to expect success in big things right now. The wise person recognizes the nature of the time, so know your own role, carefully attend to the details, and act with humility. And you can achieve success even with few resources. So Sag, that is kind of the micro theme flavoring your particular cycle this month. So let's take a look. I am using my Siri deck again this month. If you've tuned in before, you recognize this. So this is my own custom 144 card deck that I created for myself. And I've already shuffled it. So let's go ahead and pull the spread. And I'm using a synchronic spread. It's a 5-position spread. Let's see what's coming out here. Okay, so something is moving through a process. You're transmuting something. It looks like a project. It's either a communication project or a writing project. You're either writing a book, or you are in the process of creating some media, some communication tool, okay? It looks like for you, for some of you, this is a general reading, so this is not going to apply to everybody, but at least for a good portion of you out there, this is the main event or circumstance coming up for you this month. So you're deep in process with this project, with this book, or with this communication project. It could be something creative like film or a media project like that, or it could be marketing, like communicating outward about something. But however, you're having reservations about it. So there's something coming up, so you're questioning it. You're questioning maybe how to move forward or what next step to take. And you're actually feeling like you're wanting to release it temporarily, like maybe let it go for right now, at least emotionally. So emotionally, you might feel tired and like you feel done with it. Maybe you've worked on it for a while, in the months and the weeks prior. You're thinking about getting away. So it could be for a lot of you out there, you could be thinking about some sort of a trip away. Get away for the weekend or even longer. I mean, this is what I'm getting, Sag. I mean, and this is not unusual. The energies are kind of powerful right now. They're strong. There's a lot of surging. There's going to be this culmination in 10 days time, or less than that now. Actually, it's about 7 days time. You are processing some stuff. It feels like you need to get away. Like you're deep in process and you are imagining, envisioning, dreaming about going away. And it does feel like you're going to need to do that. It feels like that's going to be what you ultimately decide to do, at least for some of you. You're going to figure out a way that you can take the time you need, because this is what's calling now. And it might be, this is also speaking, I have to say, there could be a bit of a breakdown going on. And that also, I have to say, that wouldn't be too unusual for now as well. So it could be that you actually really are at your brink, like you're at your wit's end emotionally with and by the way, it doesn't just have to be some project. It doesn't have to be just a communication project. It could be in general in your life right now, you are at a breaking point and you really need to get away because you need to recenter yourself. You're rethinking, and it could be too for some of you out there that you're rethinking how you communicate. How you communicate, like in relationship. how you communicate and how communications occur between you and others. So yeah, for a lot of you Sagittarians, you are deep in process this month. Let's look at the other aspects of this scope and see what additional information it brings, okay? I think emotionally, a lot of you out there are going to need a break, and you do want to create the time you need in order to take that trip. I think the trip is really calling. You're really calling. Okay, so let's take a look. This is Doreen Virtue's Ascended Masters deck. And let's go ahead and pull up which master is giving you specific guidance, Sagittarius, for this cycle. Sagittarius, what's coming for you? Listen, Manjushri, this is interesting. So this is about quieting the mind, and it's about quieting your environment so that you can actually hear and absorb the information coming to you in downloads. And also it's just about being still and quieting yourself. And I have to say, with the emotional sector, with release, and with that trip or some sort of getaway, some sort of getting outside of your normal environment, this speaks very strongly. So it could very well be that you do need to just calm and recenter. And this is really speaking, this is the guidance. So this is the Ascended Master guidance. So this is about shutting out distraction, shutting out or limiting, severely limiting, you know, technology, talking too much. This is about like really being still and letting yourself be in process. Let yourself process the way your soul is actually needing you to do now. Your soul is needing you to process. You are going to be naturally in some sort of a process of change this month. But in order for the process to be successful, you need to attend. Like, you actually need to pay attention, and you need to listen, and you need to heed. So let's take a look. Let's see what this is. Carolyn Mrs. Archetype card deck. Again, I use this every month. And this is speaking to which quality set, what wants to be matured and evolved through you this particular month. So Sagittarius, let's take a look for you. For Sag, let's see what wants to come. Martyr. So let me show it to you first, and then I'll read it. Okay, Sagittarius. So moving from a place of addiction to self-pity and moving into learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Now that's interesting, because if you do have a writing project, if you have a book in the works, if you have some media communications that you're doing, some project that's requiring communication, it could be a blog, it could be a million things, right? If you're working on some project that's a communication project, you want to think about its service outside of yourself. Think of it. Go from the traditional definition of martyr and self-pity to doing it for the greater good. And that might, Sagittarius, that might get you to the place, so that's what wants to be matured through you. So that would likely, Sagittarius, get you to a place of ease, okay? Because it sounds like there's some struggle, at least, again, for some of you. This is a general reading. So let's pop in. So before we go to the final Dakini, the goddess component of your alchemy scope, there's another piece that I'm adding this month, which is we're going to pull an animal, totem animal for you. This is just a reference guide. This is Stephen Farmer's reference guide, spirit animal guide. And the reason why I'm adding this month, I did this a few months ago as well, excuse me, is because I've had some interesting communications with animals recently. And it was animals were calling to come into the spread. So I'm just going to, this is a reference book. It doesn't come with cards. So I'm just going to intuitively select a page for you for Sagittarius. Links. Links is coming up for you, Sag. Let me read it. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, Sagittarius. Oh, it's beautiful. Spend some time in silence. Whether a day with no speaking or a visit to a quiet area in nature. Travel. Listen. It's beautiful. Someone will confide in you with a secret, and it's critical that you keep it strictly in confidence. Be alert to anyone trying to deceive or take advantage of you at this time, and trust your instincts about this. Acknowledge others' hidden talents. That's interesting. Acknowledge others' hidden talents and abilities that they don't recognize, and encourage them to bring out these gifts. Your clairvoyance and clairaudience are particularly acute at this time. So pay close attention to what you see and hear that's beyond the immediate realm of your usual senses. The very worthwhile goal you've set for yourself will require clear intention, patience, and the willingness to stick with it, even if it means waiting for a long time before you achieve it. Very powerful, Sagittarius. You, all of us now, all of us, but you are keyed in. You're like especially called out for this. Maybe because there's more of a need for you to not be distracted and not be so social and actually still yourself and listen. We're all getting downloads of information now. So you can really glean major benefit by stilling yourself, by going away, taking that trip, making yourself the priority, letting go some communications, actually, and you know, I have to tell you, this is also speaking to releasing, communicating. So it could be that for some of you out there, it's about releasing, communicating. So being in silence was links. Being in silence is Manjushri, and this could also be speaking to release the project, the writing project, or release your own communications. Literally, it looks like you're told again and again here to utilize the major paradigm shifting for humanity energy set that is transmuting us at cellular levels now. And if you really want to take advantage of it, get quiet, meditate, contemplate, be in nature. Gorgeous, stunning. So let's take a look at the last component for you, Sagittarius. This is the Dakini. Now, the Dakinis are goddesses, okay? And so when I pull a Dakini for you, two things. One is, it is from Penny Slinger's 64 Dakini Oracle. She created this many years ago, and it is based on the ancient 64 Yogini Dakinis of India. So these are modern day archetypes of the feminine, 64 of them, just like there's 64 of the I-Ching, there's 64 of these Yoginis. In this case, this Dakini Oracle. And they are all aspects of the feminine. Okay, so what I do is this final component of the Alchemy Scope is to call forward which goddess are you to become this month? Which goddess are you to become, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter, for you to optimally flow with what is unfolding for you this month. You received number 37, Protectress. It's a powerful Dakini. This is Penny Slinger's writing. She has a fiery, wrathful nature, protecting the ground the mandala represents by enclosing the inner light of the heart with fire. Who is Protectress? She She who protects the sanctity of the mandala of self. This is like you. Let me pull the card. This is you. This is you processing yourself. Okay. This is like honoring your process. This is what this is. So let's see. So she who protects the sanctity of the mandala of self. She embodies the role of the Dhammapalas in Tantric Buddhism. Guardian figures evoked for magical protection from external harm and to eliminate obstacles hindering the practitioner. There are three classes of protectors: wisdom, activity, and worldly. There are a number of specific Dhammapalas, guardians, protectors in the Tibetan pantheon. They are male, like Mahakala, great time, and female embodiments, like Palden Lamo, which means golden, glorious goddess. Palden Lamo is considered to be the principal protectress of Tibet. She is one of the 8 great Dhammapalas and is the only female Dharma protector common to all 4 schools of Buddhism. She is depicted as a very wrathful Dakini, riding her mule across an ocean of blood and surrounded by wisdom fire. Her skin is dark blue and she has 3 eyes. So this is just giving you the picture of her. Dharmapalas are gatekeepers in the mandala ritual. They appear in menacing form to be more daunting than the entities they guard against, the dark forces of the human psyche, which cannot enter the inner sanctum of the mandala. Protectress is the protector of the Dharma, which is the truth. Let me read some more here for you. Really good. Protectress is evoked for magical protection. She is here to bring you protection in whichever area of your life is most required. You have called her in and she is here. If you feel you need psychic protection, she is here for you. If you feel you need emotional protection, call her in. Call her in for her ruthless compassion. Protectress is here to help guard against threats from the outside, but she is also here to protect against those threats, those regressive and negative tendencies that lie within. Time to enter that part of yourself that transcends in free form these inner dark forces. This is a month for you, Sag, about your deep and honest transmutation into your full alignment. Really. Protectress is here to cut through illusion and create clear space. Being quiet, releasing the emotional stuff that is stuck, connecting with nature, connecting, allowing yourself this process is what you need this month. Who or what do you wish to protect? For protectors to be fully activated in your life, all you need to do is make sure that what you want protected is fully aligned with your truth. What did I say? It's about you aligning with your truth this month. So this is the affirmation for this particular Dakini. Okay? So this is for you to embody. I am protected. I am protected. I am protected. I am safe in the circle of truth, the circle of fire. There is nothing that separates me from the truth, and nothing can take that from me. I am protected, I am protected, I am protected, I am safe. In the circle of truth, the circle of fire, there is nothing that separates me from the truth, and nothing can take that from me. Okay? So Sagittarius, I'm going to leave it there. For those of you who are finding that this month is particularly interesting, deep, revelatory, I have created 90-minute in-depth Skype sessions for you to get clear on, one, your soul print, what your soul's trajectory is, and what particularly for this time frame, this eclipse season, which is also combined with this, how to say it? I mean, you know, the frequency of the planet is up leveling. It's raising, as are we. And there's going to be a culmination coming up in the next week. It's big. It's huge. I mean, it's huge. It's really big. It's significant. We're transmutating. And for those of you who get it and who want to dive deep or understand more about your soul's trajectory and what now at this time wants to be eclipsed out so that something can be birthed, and what that something is that's asking to be birthed through you, through your life path, there are sessions available for you. So the link will be here on the video somewhere or down below. So reach out as soon as possible if you would like to make an appointment so we can schedule on the books, okay? All right, Sagittarius, so I will see you either on the next Alchemy Scope or in the next video that might be coming out this week, okay? I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.